Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's episode. My name is Sophian if you're watching for the first time, and this is my channel, Weave the Story. So, I am still currently in Scotland this week, and I'll be going to Ireland in a couple of days. I thought I'd like to take the shot outside just to show you a bit what's been going on last night. It snowed last night, and this is what I woke up to. As you can see, the ice is melting, and I thought I'd show you the outdoors a little bit before the snow melts. So for me, coming from the tropics, it's kind of nice to see a bit of white snow, even though it's not heavy snow. It's been nice spending a couple of days here, which in sheer isolation, and the only noise you hear is mainly the cattle and the sheep and the farmer every now and then, because he comes here to check on them. And I'll be spending here for a few more days, and then I'll be moving to Ireland for Christmas. So what I have been doing over here is mainly just enjoying this peacefulness, catching up with work, and watching TV and reading a book. With the weather like this, all I can think of is eating comfort food. And when I talk about comfort food, I'm thinking about soups and curries. So let's go in first and enjoy some warmth before I cook my next dish. Here I am enjoying one of my favorite corners in the house. I really love being in this kitchen, especially this little area where I can look outside and enjoy the view. Even though there's nothing much to see, but it's just a sheer isolation that I really enjoy a lot. For those of you who are quite curious about my culture background, I grew up in both Malay and Chinese cultures. Which is quite interesting. In my growing up years, I had the best of both worlds. So I celebrated Malay festivities, Chinese festivities, and grew up eating Malay and Chinese food. And of course, when I as an adult, I do miss those childhood memories, and I try to recreate that whenever I travel. I had those memories of those days where my grandmother would cook all kinds of Malay food. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't like it, but I get to try every single bit. And my dad cooking Chinese food, mainly Chinese food, and he's pretty good at it actually. As a person living overseas, there are times you do feel a bit of homesickness, and I do try to recreate those experience by cooking foods that I grew up with, from my grandmother, from my grandfather, from my aunt, from my father, from my mom, and also with relatives. I think Malay food is one of the better kept secrets. So as a person living overseas, normally we tend to have Chinese and Thai and Vietnamese and probably some other Southeast Asian food to a lesser extent. However, you don't get much Malay food around, and if there is, it's not really, in my opinion, it's not really that authentic, except for just a few of them. And the closest I can get is Indonesian food. I remember when I was in university, I would miss home cooked food a lot, especially when it was my first time living overseas, and where in the place where I lived, there were like 6 or 7 Chinese restaurants, but no Malay restaurants, and the closest I can get to Malay food was depending on my Indonesian friends to cook it whenever I go there for a visit. So there was one time I really missed home cooked food, and being away, living in Australia for the first time, or living overseas for the first time, I really learned to appreciate my culture, learned to appreciate where I came from. And I would call my mom, and this is the pre-smartphone days, I would call my mom and ask her for the recipes, and she was delighted, of course. So we would email to one another and send all the recipes and answer questions. I knew how to create those dishes, but I just want to make sure I get it right. So this dish I'm going to create is called Ayam Masak Lemak, which means chicken in coconut milk curry. This dish is a sure winner You're never gonna go wrong. You can make as spicy as you want. I usually like to make it spicy, but because I'm in Scotland, the chilies are not so hot over here. So you make do. I'm gonna show you the ingredients. So let's get started. I'm a very happy man. I'm satisfied that I get to cook something that's homemade in this cold Scottish winter. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's video of me cooking Ayam Masak Lemak. I will be grateful if you can support me by liking this video, hit the subscribe button and the bell for further notification. So I hope to see you again in the next episode. Take care. Ciao, ciao.